Restaurants in Georgia are pushing back against Governor Brian Kemp and his order to reopen the state. Now, the Atlanta Journal Constitution had spoken to a number of restaurant officials in Georgia after Kemp said that they could resume dine-in service for customers. So now, dine-in, kind of dangerous as we have coronavirus. Now, when it comes to takeout or drive-through, right now those are the safest options, or of course delivery. There's apparently some restaurants either didn't do that or didn't have the ability to do that or just didn't want to, right? And so restaurants did close down. Unfortunate, right? We don't want to see restaurants close. We don't want to see people lose business, but when you have a worldwide pandemic that is highly contagious, when there are groups of people in an enclosed space, it kind of makes sense to not have at least dine-in services. And if you can't do anything else, then of course, close down for a short time until this is over. So now Kemp opened this back up, and he's getting a lot of criticism. In fact, here's Buttermilk Kitchen owner Suzanne Weisthon, who told the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, quote, "It's insane. Insane. It's almost as stressful as when we got the news of the dine-in closure." She added that we feel like we just got into a good rhythm. We've got a system. We turned the living room and dining room into a fulfillment center. We simply do not feel safe, nor are we ready to open back up in days of getting the news. So again, they had a system. They put it in place, and they were able to resume business. And now Brian Kemp's saying, well, you can reopen your dine-in. And they're like, no, we are not going to do that. We are not interested in that. We do not feel safe. And that's actually the right way to go. All right, well, there's more. Restaurant operator Hugh Atkinson insisted that he would not open until, quote, "I weigh science, good, and risk and have the confidence that I can do this correctly and safely for my employees and the people I serve." Again, that's smart. That's good. Yes, people listening to science. I am in favor of people listening to science because, well, science is true, whether you like it or not. And if it's not true, science has a process to disprove things that are not true. That's the whole point of science, it being a process. But anyway, so now there's more. Brian Maloof of Manuel's Tavern said that opening his restaurant is, quote, "simply not happening. Being closed has not been fun, but it's been the safest, best thing we could do for our staff and customers." And still others who are, looking at opening say we're not going to do so unless we have more guidance. And for example, do we have to have some of our people wear gloves, or what do you recommend for wearing masks? And it appears that the Kemp administration is not making any recommendations, is not putting out that necessary guidance for restaurants that, actually do want to open. So a lot of these restaurant owners, they're making the right decision. I mean, staying closed now, even though the government says you can open in the middle of a pandemic, again, smart, especially since Georgia does not have a good handle on this. Right now, over 20,000 people in Georgia have been confirmed as having coronavirus, and over 800 people have died so far. Thousands more could be carrying the virus, and we wouldn't know because we're massively behind on testing. So, and it's not just Georgia, it's many other states that lag behind in testing. The entire country lags behind other countries with testing. And one of the guidelines for opening up is the fact that you have to first have aggressive testing, which many states do not have. And you also have to show a massive decline in new coronavirus cases over a 14-day period. So these states, South Carolina is another one that is opening up really soon. South Carolina and Georgia are not hitting these guidelines. They're not. And so they're opening up anyway because the Trump administration is allowing them to do so. But Brian Kemp, he's like, I don't know. I don't care. I really don't care. So now these business owners are choosing to be responsible, and by not opening up, protecting themselves, their customers, and their employees. So they're doing the right thing. And also, as long as the business is closed, their workers are still able to collect unemployment benefits. The problem is when you open up the restaurants and you allow the restaurant owners to make the decision, not all of them are going to do the right thing. In fact, if you open up right now and say, sure, let's go ahead and do the dine-in service, well, you're not only exposing yourself to risk if you're there in the restaurant, but you expose your workers because the workers will not be able to have a choice. They won't be able to sit back and do and draw unemployment benefits. They'll have to come to work whether or not it's safe to go because they will have bills to pay. And so you don't get those unemployment benefits if you refuse to go back to work. You will immediately lose it. And so again, all these people are not going to have any choice. They're going to end up getting exposed. And then we're going to have a new wave of coronavirus infections and deaths. And it's going to be Georgia and South Carolina that are the focal points of this. And again, if you have a boss that doesn't care and and chooses to not do the right thing, but to do the expedient thing and to do the thing that helps them make a profit, well, look, I understand business is about making a profit, but when you put your customers at risk and your workers at risk, well, then that's not a profitable thing in the long run. So we're counting on these people and lifting these stay-at-home orders. You're counting on other people to do the right thing. And unfortunately, I hate to say it, but I do not have trust in people. Okay. Look, a person can be very smart. People, especially in large groups, can be really, really dumb. Yeah. And so that's really a bad idea. And of course, you're also counting on some people who might be super greedy and will put that, the health of their wallet, their bottom line, over their employees, their customers. They only care about making money. It doesn't make any sense. And what also doesn't make any sense, other than opening up restaurants, is some of the other things that Brian Kemp has opened up. Hairdressers, tattoo parlors, massage therapists, and gyms. Really? You're going to open those up? Really? Yes, that's exactly what they're doing. I mean, look, you can't exactly get a haircut from 6 feet away. To be fair, I haven't went for a haircut in years. Maybe the rules have changed. Maybe they've got really, really long scissors. But no, seriously, you can't do those things from 6 feet away, which is social distancing, right? And Kemp says, well, we're going to open them up, but we're going to make sure to, tell people to socially distance, right? You can't get a haircut or a massage from 6 feet away. You can't maintain social distancing. Sorry. And yes, there are masks available, but masks don't prevent you from getting sick. I'm just saying. So that's a big problem. Okay. If your boss is a dick and wants to open up the salon, the nail salon, or whatever, well, unfortunately, if you're one of those workers, you're going to have to go back to work, or you're going to face the real possibility of not being able to pay your bills. And that is the problem. So understand why this is incredibly stupid and dangerous. Also understand that Brian Kemp doesn't give a crap. Just doesn't give a crap. He's not going to get exposed on his job. He's not on the front lines. He's not a hospital worker. He's not stocking shelves. He's not going to be giving you a massage. That's for damn sure. So it doesn't affect him at all. But when you look at it from his perspective, a bad economy, well, they're going to blame that on me. And that's bad for my re-election chances. And when it comes between power and doing the right thing, unfortunately, people like Kemp are always going to choose power. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm going to have to ask you a favor. Between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/TYTNation, set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron, patreon.com/TYTNation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. And you guys will know that you're supporting independent progressive media.